just on my way up to the plot. It's 5 to 4 in the afternoon. It's a crazy time to be coming out. The hottest part of the day. Listen to the birds. Brilliant, love it. Anyway, yeah. So here I am, off up to the plot. Bakingly hot. Wearing a jersey for some reason. That's going to come off. Anyhow, as the title suggests, in this video, it's going to be a plot tour. I'll see you when we get up there. Well, as I said, it's El Scorchio up here today. Yeah, this plot tour might be pretty quick, so I don't do very well in the heat, as I may have mentioned in previous video. Cheeky pigeon. Cheeky pigeons just landed on my plot, yeah. Didn't expect to see me here, did you, Mr. Pigeon? Luckily, everything is covered up, as I'm about to show you. Let's get to it. The onions, which I planted out, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, were being, I don't know, pecked at, nibbled at by the rabbits, as you can see on that one there, and this one here. So I decided to kind of protect them with a cage which doesn't cover them at all. It covers them around this area here, but then if the rabbits or pigeons, well, pigeons could just fly in, but if the rabbits wanted to, they could just come around the side here and get into the plot or this patch of ground here. But I'm thinking that might be pigeons rather than rabbits. Anyway, whatever it is, it seems to have stopped. So yeah, that's fine by me. Right, there you go, the onions. Just making a start right now. As you can see, I watered them yesterday and there are still damp patches on the ground. Holy crap, I've just noticed something. I only planted these beetroot seedlings out a couple of days ago. Maybe about 5 days ago. Beetroot seedlings. You may not be able to see any of them. Some of them I don't know, but I can definitely see that I've got a clear row of beetroot coming up. Bloody hell, that didn't take long. That's because of this heat. We've had a couple of decent days of sunshine over here in the UK, and I guess it's just pushing everything up. Beetroot. A row of carrots, which I only planted, I think, 2 days ago, so they won't be up, and a row of, oh, just have a look. Just have a look at them, make your life easier. Turnips. There we go. And where that stick is there, at the far end, is a row of parsnips. Let's have a look at the plot from up here. Bit of colour there from the old daffodils, and the tulips finally said hello. Let's go down and check them out. But before we get to the tulips, under here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 broccoli. Really good plants as well. So I'd like to say I grew them, but no, I managed to get a pack of, I think it was 6 just before lockdown. So I put 4 in up at the allotment, and I've got a couple at home. But as soon as I planted these out, I did have to net them up because pigeons would definitely be into those, and the old cabbage moth He'll be laying his eggs on them soon enough anyhow. Anyway, flowers. Let's have a look at flowers. Swamp lily, a couple of tulips, this jobby, which I planted, I think it was last year. Nymphophia, I think it is. Anyhow, planted it, and it seemed to disappear. It seemed to just kind of, I don't know, be taken over by the weeds, and I thought I'd actually dug it out, but no. As you can see, it must have just been playing hide and seek, hid very well, and lucky for it, I never dug it out, and now it's actually having a go. So hopefully I'll get a couple of flower spikes from this fella this season. Moving along this flower bed to the other end where the other swamp lily is. Onto the daffodils, which are just on their way out now. But as they go, the tulips say hello. The currant bush, either black, red or white, I can never remember. Probably red, that I never get to experience because the birds, mice or whatever else take them before I ever get a chance. The gooseberries were an absolute washout last year. Didn't do anything. This year I can already see little gooseberry fruits forming. There we go. And there's a bumblebee bumbling around, getting stuck into them, pollinating them. Woody, this is what you need for your fruit trees, mate. There's a honeybee. Oh, I don't know if you can see him, but you can certainly see and hear this fella here. Anyway, let's leave him alone. Onto the bottom bed. The broad beans are all under this cloche here. Something, I've been hammering one of these. I think it was a pigeon. It's the one at the far end there, which you can't see. But as soon as I saw that, I decided to cover them up. Nothing else in the bed at the moment, but stuff is growing on at home. Tree lily. There we go. One of two in this bed. There's that one. And if we go over here, we can see the other one. They grow to about 6 foot tall and pump out a couple of flowers. Speaking of which, PBA's lupin is actually bought for me, doing very well. I haven't dug this bed yet because there are bulbs shooting, and yeah, I don't want to dig them out, it'll only set them back. So I might not dig this bed over this year. McWatson, possibly McWatson self-seeded. Definitely a self-seeder there. And hopefully a Manhattan Lights self-seeded lupin from a couple of years ago. And finally, this water butt here, I tipped it out as it was thick with green algae and other kinds of critters and swampy stuff. Cleaned it out and then filled it up with tap water, so at least This is some clean, decent water on the plot. And just before I do go, I'll just show you this poor apple tree. You can see that the rabbits have been chewing on the bark. Anyhow, I've constructed this makeshift kind of cage for it. Hopefully that'll keep the rabbits off it this season. That seems pretty high for a rabbit, so I wonder whether that might be a deer. I doubt whether a rabbit would be able to get up that high, maybe. I don't know. Deer or rabbits are chewing on the bark of this poor apple tree here, but it's starting to bud up. A couple of leaves. Who knows if we'll get anything from it this year. But like I say, hope springs eternal. And you'll be relieved to hear that that's the end of a plot tour in early April. Not much going on at the moment, but give me a month or two and this will be jam-packed full of vegetables and rabbits dining well. Alright, that's it from me. What I have noticed that I'm going to have to get on top of really quickly is the grass. It is growing really quick, so the strimmer will be out fairly soon. Anyhow, before I go today, I'm going to get the watering can out, give everything a big old drink, and yeah, head on home. Anyway, speaking of home, thank you for joining me if you have. Remember to hit that like button, share, subscribe, most importantly, please do comment down below. And until the next video, bye for now.